Hello everybody. I just wanted to do a little update video. Yesterday I filmed like a juicing a day, if you will. I wanted to juice all day yesterday and today, but unfortunately something got in the way of that. I was on my way home from volunteering at an occupational therapy facility, and it was about 5:30. No, it was past 5:30. It was like almost 6, and I was on the freeway, stop and go traffic, and I ran into somebody. And if you can tell, this is from the seatbelt mark. It was a bad accident. I ran into somebody's back. They stopped all of a sudden, and I was stopping, but the force was just, it's hard to explain this. The force was just too great, and the distance was so small. I was stopping, but it just wasn't in time enough. There was just not enough time to completely stop, and the distance between me and the other car. I don't know how fast I was going. I wasn't going very fast. If you've ever experienced traffic in California, I mean, everyone, I don't know what the deal is, but you go, and then everyone stops. Go, you're going like 45, 50, and then everyone stops. And I was in the fast lane, which I never, ever am. I never, ever get in the fast lane. And for some reason, I was in the fast lane because it was going faster. And yeah, bam, hit the other car. There was another car in front of that, a white truck, and I hit this little black car. And I don't know if anybody else was hurt. I really don't know much. I knew I was going to impact, and I just closed my eyes and braced for it, and the airbags came up, and I don't know if, I don't think I blacked out, but you know how your mind has a way of protecting yourself from situations, and I think my mind just kind of blocked it out because I don't remember. I just remember opening up my eyes, and the airbags were open, and it smelled awful, and I was just in shock, basically. So I called my mom, and I said I was in an accident, and then I called, she told me to call 911, so I did, and it turned out that somebody else called them, but I called them anyway. I don't know if the other people were hurt, but I waited for, whoever to come. I think these first responders, paramedics came, and they checked my blood pressure. They asked if I wanted to go to the hospital. At first I was saying no, because I was totally fine. And except for this. So they asked if I wanted to go to the hospital. He took my blood pressure. Then about probably 10-15 minutes later, their trucks came. I honestly don't know where they parked, to tell you the truth. I was in front of a little car, and then there was a truck. At first I saw where the ambulance was, but then I guess they moved or something. I really don't know all the details. I was just in such a state of shock that I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings. And then the firemen came, and the fire chief was like, "Oh, you sure you don't want to go to the hospital?" And then I guess he leaves, and they're tending to the other people. Now, I don't know if the other people were hurt or what the issue was with them or the damage of their car was. I really don't know. From the talks that I was hearing between the paramedics and the fire department and whatever, all those people, the other people were not hurt or didn't report any injuries. I was the only one who was reporting injuries. They called this left shoulder, which really is not a shoulder, but left shoulder. And my hand right here was like burning. My dad has this like steering wheel cover, and it's like fabric, and I think I must have just like it skidded down my hand or something. So that was burning. It doesn't hurt anymore, but that was burning. And the fire chief said, "Are you sure you don't want to, go see somebody? Go to the hospital because there's a lot of damage to your car. So it probably would be best to go get checked out." And so I said, okay. And he had me, because it was over here, so I was looking at them like this, and he said, "Don't look straight ahead." And it's like they're talking to you right here. It's like, how can you not be like this? So I didn't know who was talking to me. I was just looking straight ahead of me, which was a view of a black car and my crushed up hood. So there's another guy who opens up the door in the back, and he's sitting behind me, putting the neck thing around my neck. And then they get some guys to put the flat gurney, if you will, I don't know what's called, board, under my butt, and I had to slip out like this, and I was flat on the table, or the gurney thing. And then, they taped me up and did all this stuff, and then I don't even know where they parked, or if I was just in like a regular like EMT ambulance, or if I was in the fire ambulance. I think now, looking back on it, I was in the fire ambulance. The ambulance that's actually in the fire department. Because the guy who was sitting next to me in the ambulance, which he was cute, by the way, he had like this gear on, and lifting me up onto the actual like rolling bed. He had like on this like gear, he had like a blue helmet. From what I can see, again, I was looking up. I honestly don't know how many people lifted me up. I would say about 4 or 5 guys. And then they took me off to the ambulance. And again, I don't know what was around me. I don't know where they parked or anything. They had to have cut off traffic, because next to the fast lane was the carpool lane. And I mean, it's like it's like probably this distance from the carpool lane, and how they would have gotten me out without hitting me with a car, or them getting hit by a car. They had to have blocked it out. Again, I don't know if they did. I don't remember. I was right by the carpool lane, but I didn't notice. Again, things are still like kind of fuzzy. So yeah, I don't remember. And we went, I went to the ambulance, went to the hospital. The paramedic, I guess you call him, paramedic, EMT, he was sitting next to me, and I was like, "Oh, this is my first time riding an ambulance." And he goes, "Oh, it's nothing exciting." I said, "Well, you do this every day. It's your job." And he started laughing. I was kind of talking to him, and he was a nice guy. He was filling out paperwork and stuff, and I was trying to, lighten the mood, because I know it's a hard job. I know it's a grueling job, and you see things that maybe you don't want to see. And I was just kind of making his job a little more, entertaining, because that's all you can do. Like, if you're a nurse, those are the moments you remember the most, the entertaining people. So I try to be that kind of person. Try to be, not entertaining, but, talk to them and kind of make time go a little faster. So I was talking about that, and he's a nice guy. And then we get to the hospital, and as he's pulling me out of there's another guy who was at my feet, but he was at my head. He was pulling me out of the ambulance. I said, "Oh, what's your name?" He goes, "Oh, it's Dustin." I said, "Oh, I like that name." He goes, "Oh, thanks." And then he said, my last name was unique too. And I said, "Oh, I think it's French Canadian. It's where the ambulance go for the ER." And I'm like, "Oh, it smells like hand sanitizer." He kind of chuckled, which it did. So I think we were right next to the Purell hand sanitizer. And then there was like a front desk, and somebody was saying hello. I'm like, "Hello, I can't see you, but I'm waving to you anyway." And that bed is so freaking hard. That flat, like piece of plastic. If you, I got to the ER, they moved me from the panel to the bed, or they took the panel and put it onto their bed, and then they had me turn and flip off it. And I think Dustin was helping out. I really don't remember who was. I think there was another guy there helping out as well, and the doctor, to help me flip over. Well, I just turned, it and flip over, but yeah. And then he was sitting down, like, still doing more paperwork. I'm like, "Wow, he's still here?" Because again, I was looking straight up, so I couldn't see what was around me until I got onto this nice comfy bed, and I lifted my head up, and he was sitting right there. And then he put the stuff in my purse, and the paperwork in my purse, and said, "Oh, it was nice meeting you." We shook hands, and he said, "Oh, I hope you feel better." And I said, "Well, have fun the rest of your job," or "have fun at work." I said something like that. Kind of cheesy, but I said, "Have fun at work." Because when we were in the ambulance, he said, "This is what makes me think that I was in the fire department ambulance," because I asked him how often he works, and he said they work 24-hour shifts. So that kind of made me think I was in the fire department ambulance, because I don't think EMTs do, but they might. I don't know. I didn't see what he was wearing when he got in the ambulance. He did take off like a blue, blackish jacket, like heavy jacket. Again, he had a helmet on. So I don't know what it said on the side. I don't know if it said fire department or whatever. But then he left, and then I got x-rays to see if my clavicle, I don't know the regular term to it, but in medical terminology, it's clavicle. They wanted to see if it was broken. It's not broken. And then my mom was there, and then I left. So things went pretty well. So that is basically my experience with my first car accident. That's my first and hopefully only. I never hope to have a car accident, again. I never been in an accident before that, not even a little fender bender, a little tap, nothing. I only got a ticket for running a stop sign that I didn't see, and that's the only thing that, has happened to me in the car. So this was my first accident. So yeah, I'm thinking I probably either wait until like 6:15 to go on that freeway, or take another route, because I got out a little early of my internship. Not internship, why do I say that? My volunteer work, and it was like 5:30, and I knew it was going to be, bad traffic, and I was telling myself, well, why don't you just wait till 6? I should have freaking listened to myself, and I should have listened to that person who said, don't go in the other lane, because when I got in the other lane, that's when I got in an accident. So always listen to your gut. Really, really, truly do. Listen to your gut. Because it was telling me, wait until 6, and I wasn't listening. Because I'm like, oh, by the time I actually get on the freeway, it's going to be 6. Actually, no, it wasn't. So listen to your conscience. Truly do. The little mark here from the seatbelt when it locked, I was wearing the seatbelt. I was not texting while driving, which was I don't know if he was a nurse or an orderly. Do they even call them that now? He asked me, "Oh, are you texting while driving?" I'm like, "Oh, no, no, no. That is not me." I said, "I did not do that." I never text while driving. Never, ever, ever do that. I've seen way too many people do that, but that is not me. I have my phone in the cup holders next to me. I check it before I'm driving. I might check it, if I'm at a stoplight or whatever, to see if anybody's called me or whatever. But most of the time I don't look at it until I'm home. So, no, I'm never texting while I'm driving. If it's important, I might at a stoplight, but never while driving. No, absolutely not. I don't even know why he said that. It's like, you don't know the situation. Why do you just assume that I was texting while driving? I'm like, just because I'm young, you're assuming I'm texting while driving? Anyway, which leads me to another point. The guy who was driving the ambulance was asked the guy, Dustin, why did I call him Austin? Dustin, what my age was, how old I was. And he said, "Oh, 24. I'm like, "No, I'm not 24 yet." I said, "I'm 23. I'll be 24 in August. What are they doing? Rounding up?" And he goes, "Oh, no. That's just what they wrote. They probably couldn't count." Or do the math right. He said something. Yeah, do the math right. That's what he said. So, yeah, I hope I made his day. Because he was on shift until 7 a.m. this morning, so I'm sure it was a long one. He said there was 3 other accidents, traffic accidents, so hopefully his day went a little smoother, and I was the highlight of his day. So, yeah, the highlight of the whole situation was hot firemen. And hot EMT people. I don't know if he was fireman or EMT again, but whatever he was good looking. I don't know if he was married. I was going to ask that, but I didn't. I didn't see a ring. Again, I really didn't see much. I barely saw his face until I was at the hospital and the bed was pushed up. That's the only time I really got to see his face. It's cute. So, yeah, that was my experience. So, I hope everything is well with everybody else. Thanks for watching. Bye.